Hey tech enthusiasts, buckle up. We're diving headfirst into the wild world of AI regulations, specifically in India. Are they leading the charge or just playing catch-up? That's the million-dollar question. Forget incremental changes. We're talking potentially seismic shifts in how AI is developed and deployed. But here's the kicker. Are these regulations truly innovative, or are they just a rehash of Western ideas? Some experts are raising serious concerns, and we're going to unpack it all. Last week, Prime Minister Modi co-chaired the AI Action Summit in Paris. Sounds important, right? Well, back home, things are buzzing with policy dialogues. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, MITY, along with big players like the Reserve Bank of India, Niti Aayog, and the Competition Commission, are all in the mix. They're wrestling with the big issues: IP rights, data sovereignty, competition, the whole shebang. The goal? To figure out how India can be a major voice in the global AI conversation. The consensus seems to be leaning towards sectoral frameworks. In other words, governing AI within specific industries. Makes sense, right? A one-size-fits-all approach probably won't cut it. But some experts are worried that India might not set strong precedents for the world, that it'll just keep things open-ended. Is that a good thing, or a recipe for disaster? We need to keep a close watch on this to see if the regulations are actually effective and enforceable. Rahul Mathan, a partner at Trilegal, has some strong opinions. He says India needs to be more aggressive about risk. MITY's paper suggests case-based regulation, but Mathan argues they're just copying the Western approach. He says, and I quote, "For the global north, AI is nothing more than a tool that improves the efficiency of an already well-functioning society. But for us, AI is not a luxury. It is a necessity." Boom. That's a powerful statement. He believes India needs its own unique solution. Mathan also wants to shake up the Indian Copyright Act. He wants an amendment so Indian developers can benefit from fair use and text and data mining exemptions. Think about it. If developers can't freely use data for training AI, they're at a serious disadvantage. It's like trying to build a rocket without fuel. So, this copyright issue could be a major roadblock for India's AI ambitions. Without this, innovation will be stifled. Yogesh Pai, an IP lawyer and advisor to the Ministry of Commerce, echoes this sentiment. He says India's copyright laws need a serious relook. Who owns the IP of AI-generated content? The model company, or the person who gave the prompt? These are tough questions. The lines between human and machine creativity are blurring. Can AI systems have independent IP rights? And who's responsible if an AI tool infringes on someone else's copyright? These are not just theoretical questions, they're real-world dilemmas that need answers now. Remember the EU AI Act? It's a centralized regime, and some worry it could stifle innovation. Sectoral regulators need to govern AI within their own domains. Think about the banking sector. How can AI be used responsibly and ethically? What about bias, hallucinations, and data protection? Regulators need to get their hands dirty and figure out the specifics. Speaking of the banking sector, the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, has formed an 8-member committee to delve into a framework for responsible and ethical enablement of AI, free AI. Their objective is to figure out how to incorporate AI while mitigating risks like bias and hallucinations. Pushpak Bhattacharya, a professor at IIT Bombay, chairs the committee. They're looking at early use cases, like whether bias can creep into AI systems for loan sanctioning, or whether customer service chatbots are human-sensitive. It's crucial to ensure AI is used fairly in financial decisions. Bhattacharya also stressed the importance of anonymizing and protecting sensitive data while training AI models. He asks, how do they fit in with existing RBI guidelines on data localization? It's a critical question. Data privacy is paramount, and regulators need to ensure that AI development doesn't compromise it. The balance between innovation and security is delicate, but it's essential. The Competition Commission is also getting in on the action. They're studying whether AI could impact access to resources or disrupt value chains, market structures, and competition. Aman Mishra, a senior research associate at the Dialogue, says AI algorithms could have both pro-competitive and anti-competitive effects. It's a double-edged sword, and the Commission needs to understand both sides. Mishra points out that certain entities might use algorithms to collude on pricing or other aspects. That's a scary thought. Imagine AI being used to manipulate markets and cheat consumers. On the flip side, small businesses can leverage AI to compete with larger businesses in areas like supply chain management and predictive analysis. It's about leveling the playing field, but also preventing abuse. Debjani Ghosh, chief architect of the Niti Frontier Tech Hub, emphasizes the importance of resilience. She says, with everything going on right now in the world of AI, with regulation, with the model war, it is going to be important to increase our resilience above all and ensure that our success is not completely dependent on the actions of another country. That's a powerful message of self-reliance. India needs to build its own AI ecosystem, not just rely on others. Ghosh highlights that with GPU export controls and green energy initiatives, early indications suggest that the broader strategy of securing U.S. dominance in AI through supply chain control will remain largely intact. And, therefore, our ability to build a resilient supply chain is very important. And that will take time. But we absolutely need to have a blueprint and work towards it almost like an obsession, she says. Securing access to key components is vital for India's AI future. Ghosh explains that AI will be key for economic growth, societal welfare, and national security. It's not just about building a model or GPUs. It is about building a competitive advantage, she says. India needs to invest in R&D like never before. We can't be copying others because the time for catching up is gone. India needs to innovate and create its own unique AI solutions. Let's take a quick historical detour. Back in the early 1900s, Alfred Binet developed the first IQ test. His goal was to identify students who needed extra help in school. But his work also sparked a lot of debate about the nature of intelligence. Binet didn't believe his test measured a single, permanent level of intelligence. He saw intelligence as complex and influenced by many factors. It's a reminder that measuring intelligence is never simple. Lewis Terman at Stanford University standardized Binet's test using American participants. This became the Stanford-Binet Intelligence Scale. It provided a single number, the IQ, to represent an individual's score. But IQ tests have also been used to justify racist and ableist beliefs. It's a cautionary tale about the potential misuse of scientific tools. David Wexler believed that intelligence involved different mental abilities. He developed the Wexler Adult Intelligence Scale, WAIS, and versions for children. Instead of scoring based on mental age, the WAIS compares scores to others in the same age group. It's a more nuanced approach to measuring intelligence. The key takeaway? Intelligence is multifaceted and complex. So, back to India. Is it forging its own path in AI regulation, or just following the West? The answer is probably somewhere in between. India faces unique challenges and opportunities. It needs to balance innovation with ethical considerations, data privacy, and competition. The stakes are high. India's approach to AI will have a major impact on its future. Here's what we've learned today. India is actively engaged in policy dialogues on AI regulation. Sectoral frameworks are the preferred approach. Copyright law needs to be updated. Data protection is paramount, and resilience is key. The current discourse involves many key players, including MITY, RBI, NITI Aayog, and the Competition Commission, all of whom have a vested interest in the future of AI in India. So, what's the verdict? Is India's approach bold or imitative? It's too early to say for sure. But one thing is clear. India is taking AI seriously. The next few years will be crucial. Keep an eye on these developments. It's not just about technology. It's about the future of India. In the meantime, let us know what you think in the comments below. Should India follow the West or chart its own course? We want to hear from you.